What up, YouTube Gen X? Let me respond to Willie P's video, the Hill Hopper argument. I've kind of touched on this point before in terms of the whole, why is it an either or? When did it become it's either money or character? Like, as a man, you have to come to a point where you have to make an important decision in your life. Do you want to have character or do you want to have money? To me, it's not an either or argument. It's almost like saying, do you want a drink or do you want your meal? Well, how come I can't have a drink and my meal? I didn't know I had to make a choice. Right? It's not like, do you want pancakes or do you want toast? Like that's the either or sort of argument. But the whole idea of, oh, do you want coffee or, do you want your pancakes? I'm like, well, I want both. I can have both. And that's how I feel with the whole character versus money. The dumb part about it is you're unstoppable when you have both. You're unstoppable because there's nothing that they can use to shame you. If you have your shit together, then they want to question your character. Well, you already have it, right? Or, if they want to say you have good character, but where are you at financially and you have it, you're unstoppable. So you're either going to literally get chicks that don't want to mess with you because they know that they have nothing on you, or you will have women that will do whatever they can do, anything in their power, to get with you. And I've had this shit happen before, and I'm nowhere even near being established, but I'm at the point of no return in terms of a lot of stuff that I've already got done. I can't go away from. So it's almost a guarantee. When you have the point of no return, it's the point where, and I got this from a movie, so it's a point where you can't turn back. You've burned enough fuel to the point where you can't simply go back, so you have to go to wherever your destination is. So I'm at that point. Am I there where I need to be? No, but I'm definitely at the point of no return where I can't go back. And I've talked about the whole concept of potential, but then the sort of potential where you can itemize what you're trying to do. Step 1, do this. But then you even break that down to step 1A, step 1B, step 1C. Then step 2, 2A, 2B, 2C. Right? So I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but there's stuff that's already been done. Right? Stuff that's already been accomplished to the point where whether you are an older woman that may be established or a younger woman, it's clear. There's no, well, there's a lot of potential. It's not like I'm saying I want to be a rapper. Right? A lot of stuff has already been done. It's already been completed. On to the next step. Plus, my character is where it needs to be. So dealing with women, you will have those that were like, oh, I'm not trying to fuck with him because of the fact that I really have nothing on him. And you have the women that are like, man, what do you want me to do? Literally, jump. Well, how high do you want me to jump? Like, real talk. That's what you feel when you have the character versus the whole sort of financial stability, and you're going off and you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're trying to be the head honcho. Now mind you, even for me, I guess what even helps is I'm not even trying to go off and be the head honcho and make a whole bunch of money for the simple fact of making a whole bunch of money. I'm lucky enough to find something that I'm passionate about. So by me wanting to go off and live out that passion, hopefully it's going to yield me a whole bunch of money. Right? So hopefully, as a man, all men, you can find something that you're passionate about that you want to go off and be the best of. Apart from just trying to make money just for the sake of making money. Which there's nothing wrong with that, obviously, but, it makes it that much easier and more enjoyable when you can find something that you're passionate about. So the fact that I already have that, and once again, I'm nowhere near where I want to be, they're already falling in line. In terms of the ones that I'm dealing with, in regards to the ones that, not trying to fuck with you, because low-key, I don't have my shit together, and now I have to step my game up. Going back to the whole chick that wants to, you ask her, hey, what do you have going on? And, she's trying to tell you, oh, she's, she has the entry-level job, and, she's painting herself up to be this, big-time, mega, super successful black woman. And then she's like, what about you? And she's expecting you to come on some like, well, I'm in between. and you start breaking down what you're trying to do. This is what I'm currently doing. This is where I'm trying to go. This is what's in the works right now. We're waiting on the paperwork to get processed or whatnot. You're talking about character and morality, and literally, you're going to have her have two choices. She's going to be on you tough, right? Or she's going to say, this isn't for me, because I don't know what to do. I'm not used to being in control, and I have no control over this man. No control. I mean, I've told y'all, I've been in a situation where I've dealt with a chick who was older, and therefore she was making more money. So it wasn't like we were the same age. Obviously, if you're dealing with a chick who's older, who's an older professional, yeah, you're probably going to have more money because you started before me. You got, I don't want to say a head start, but you started before me. You have there's a 5-year gap between me and you, right? And I've been in situations where there was that sort of, he has good character. His money isn't where it needs to be. I'm already set up. I have my boy toy. But lo and behold, she started to understand where I was going. And even though she was more financially established, it didn't matter. I never asked her for a dime. If we went out, I would pay for it, right? And she knew where I was going. She already knew. So I wasn't even there yet, and she was already falling in line. And I shared this story with y'all before about the older chick and how her whole demeanor switched up in terms of how she was trying to now play her position. I wasn't even there yet because she understood that, man, he has that sort of double threat, and I have nothing on him. So for men, I just really go crazy with the whole concept of it's money or character. You're unstoppable when you have both. I'm sorry, you are. Even going back to being a black male, there's a whole bunch of pros and cons where, you'll have some men that will say, oh man, it sucks being black, but then you have other men that say, I love it. Me personally, I love it. Because quite frankly, if you can go off in America, right, and go against the major knocks that they have on black men, oh, black men aren't, industrious, we don't work hard, yada, 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 especially, in terms of not building. If you're going off and doing that, it doesn't matter who you are, you're going to be on something like, wow, he's automatically different. Then you have the sort of morality character shit, oh, black men are, deceitful, they're not loyal, they're cheating. You've already taken care of that, right? And the fact that you're black and you have that sort of, wow, and, and they're masculine, I'm sorry, you have that triple threat. You're damn near unstoppable. You are a juggernaut. Whether people want to admit it or not, you are a juggernaut. So instead of just trying to pick one, why not have all two or all three? Because the third one, in terms of that appeal that black men have, that kind of just goes with the territory. It is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. It just shows up. There's nothing you can really do about that. But as far as the other two, your character and your money, you get that together, you are a juggernaut. And you'll see the difference in how the women are treating you. And I'm saying this, and I'm not even there yet. People are going to say, well, where are you? I'm like, yeah, I'm not even there yet. And I've already experienced it. Simply because I've already got shit done. And once again, I'm past the point of no return. And I can give you a detailed, fully outline of what I've done and where I need to go and how I'm going to get there, detailed. Down to the points of who I need to contact in terms of name. Right? So with that being said, you're in a good position. They have nothing on you. Nothing on you. The dumb part about it is, this is what white men do to solidify them being at the top, or especially when it comes to their appeal, when it comes to, dating, and why you have, a segment of every culture group that only wants to fuck with white men. What they'll do is they'll paint this picture of them being financial breadwinners. They're go-getting, they're really doing well. But not only do they have that, they have character and they have good looks. I don't know how many of those romantic comedy movies I've watched with the chick, from my times in college, and I think about those movies, and it's always the same guy. It's like, your mid-30s guy, great job. He's some super corporate dude or whatnot. Good character, funny guy, humble guy, and he's attractive. and that sort of triple threat that the women go nuts over. Nuts over. And the dumb part about it is, in real life, are they really like that? No. Alright, you know, you're successful white men. They're walking around looking like Seinfeld or what's that short bald dude on the show too? What was his name? Jerry Costanza or something like that? You know, that's what they're looking like. But at the end of the day, there's that perception of them being, you know, these well-to-do, good character, attractive men that the women go nuts over. And you see that and you're like, that's where you need to be as a man. That's where you need to be. Because they have nothing on you. Nothing on you. And how you feel like you need to be treated, they're going to do that and go above and beyond. You know, I was talking to my boy the other day where I was telling him, and I did a video on this a long time ago, that it's difficult to date, A, because in California you don't really meet a lot of black women because our numbers are so small. You know, I'm not even going to get into the whole personality, you know, component, but right now our numbers are so small that you struggle to see other black people. But also apart from that, you're coming through with your shit together and they're trying to play ball. Even now, it's very difficult to just go out and say, you know what, I'm trying to date you, trying to have fun. I'm not trying to think about anything else. But you're coming through and they're seeing the fact that, okay, he has good character and he's getting his shit together, right? And I can't even question it because shit has already been done and he has his plan detailed, that they're ready to play ball. And it's very annoying because it's like, yo, I'm just trying to go out and have fun. You're trying to do the sort of, are we going to get married? And you know how it is when you meet a chick and she's on some like, he could be the one, and you can just feel it. You can feel it, and you sit back and you're like, oh man, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to be another dude that broke her heart. Literally, that's where I am with the current chick right now. You know, we're having fun, and you know, she wants to take it to the next level, but I'm chilling because I know the second we go there, she's already going to be thinking about it, and I know how women operate. I already know. All of a sudden, she's going to start looking at different weddings and, you know, worrying about that and joking about it. And she already does it right now. And I'm like, this is why I can really never take our relationship to that level. I mean, it's a good feeling that a lot of black men don't experience because of this sort of dumbass concept of either or. They're going to play ball. And you're going to have a natural filter. I mean, literally, you are unstoppable. To have your money together, to have your character together, right? You already got the whole black male thing going for you. If you want to include the whole knowing the game, because when it comes to how men and women operate, to be real with you, you know, black men, we got the PhD in this shit. That's why we have a lot of non-black viewers who listen to our videos who are kind of below the radar. You know, getting game on what to do and what not to do. So you can call out bullshit like you're unstoppable. And once again, I'm not saying that this is what you're supposed to do, but when you're trying to be the best person that you can be, just by yourself, you know, when you're challenging yourself, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And I guess you can add a fourth component to where you need to be. You get your character together, you get your money together, right? Find something that you're passionate about. Find something that you're really good at. Get that together. You already got the whole black male concept going for you. And if you've been listening to what, you know, the brothers have been saying over the last couple of years about how to peep game and, you know, how to deal with women and not how to, you know, how not to get played and how they think and how they operate, you have that going on as well. So you are unstoppable. Literally. They have nothing on you. Like I said before, where are we now? You got women running to some shit that we can't control. Well, white men are doing X, Y, and Z. Even though white men have been building since the time they've got to America. Right? And black men have only really got the opportunity to do so, what, 1950, 1960? They're running to shit that's not even logical. Think about it. They're running to shit that's not even logical. Because you really have nothing over those men. You have nothing. You have nothing on me. It's like Law and Order, where they get the guy, or the cop show, where they get the guy that's done nothing, and they're putting him into the interrogation room, and he's sitting back chilling. They're trying to rough him up, and he's like, you have nothing on me. Even though, he's behind everything, but he knows for a fact they have no evidence. They have nothing to connect him. No RICO law, nothing. And he's sitting back and like, do whatever you want to do. You can say whatever you want to say. You can call me the scum of the earth, slap me around, do whatever you want to do. You have nothing on me, and we both know it. That's where you need to be as just a man in general. I don't care if you're black or not. That's where you need to be, so you can get the respect that you deserve. I'm not about being overappraised, and I'm damn sure not about being valued. But obviously, you want to be treated appropriately. And to be treated appropriately, you need to have your character together, but you need to have your money together as well. It's not either or. Right? And you mix that in with understanding how women operate, you're good. I mean, real talk. Like, I'm probably going to do another video on it in terms of the sort of respect that you get when you're able to call out the bullshit that women do, in terms of them saying, oh, shit, I can't get away with that. Once again, you'll have the women that will run away, but then you'll have the women that will love the fact, like, they'll hate to love the fact that you can call them out. They will hate to love the fact. I don't know how many times that's happened before. I'm like, you're on some bullshit. I'm not going to accept that just because you're a female. And they like that shit. Right? I'm not even trying to win points. I'm just on some like, yo, don't feed me bullshit. So, I mean, I know I went off topic a couple of times, but I sit back and I'm like, y'all don't understand. It's not either or. Right? Just go ahead and look at the media and look at what they try to do for white men in terms of trying to make them unstoppable. Hey, let's give him money, but then let's give him a good set of values and good character, and let's make him attractive. And look at what the women do. They fall all over it. They love it. Right? But I digress. Let me stop now. It is what it is. Let me know what y'all think. Take it easy. God bless.